On the 7th row, we've got 94, Steve Whiteleg, and beside him, number 29, Nathan Anthony. 94 and 29 is row 7. Row 8, 68, Nick Bridgman, and 22, Matt Knight. 68 and 22 is row 8. Row 9, Connor Mills, who won a race, one of the heats yesterday, number 19, Connor Mills, and beside him, number 6, Tyler Reed. 19 and 6 is row 9. Row 10, third place in the first of today's heats, Peter Barrable, number 88. Beside him, number 30, Andy Bird. 88 and 30 is row 10. Row 11, number 9, Ollie Schlupp. And beside him, number 4, Jack Parker, who was the winner of the other heat yesterday, number 4. So 9 and 4 is row 11. Row 12, number 1, the reigning champion, Will Gibson. And beside him, the winner of the earlier race today, number 18, Robert Barrable. Number 18, that's the 12th row, numbers 1 and 18. On the 13th row, we've got 44, Jamie Moylan. And beside him, number 8, Graham Butler. 44 and 8, row 13. And on his own at the back is number 2, James Newbury. Number 2, James Newbury, completes the grid. So the cars should be making their way onto the track. It'll be, again, a rolling start. I see the sun is making some effort to put in an appearance. I think that was what the forecast was. You might get some decent weather as the day went on. But of course the race to come will, because at this right time of year, will end in daylight, but it'll be well into the evening by the time we get to the end of the, just to remind you, the Enduro car race is scheduled to start now at the revised time after these legends have had their final, scheduled to start at 14:35, 25 to 3, and end at 7:15. So here they come. And we've had some great action from the legends so far this weekend. It's a shame they had to miss out on their final yesterday through no fault of theirs. And I must admit, Adam, haven't seen a reverse grid of this sort for a while, which makes for some interesting possibilities. Let's hope they keep out of each other's wheels.
Absolutely. There was we are suspecting some entertaining racing, which we have done for the past 4 races which we have had, and the 5th and final one of this weekend is expecting to be almost like a grand finale. So a lot of the cars on this grid will have a lot to fight for. The front will for sure be able to have some really good battles. I think Chris Needham, who's leading the way in this one, he has a great opportunity. He's been quick, he's been up there. I'm sure he's going to be one of those ones that will be able to have the pace to be able to take this win, but the podium will be more of the way he wants to be going. Harry Muzel in 5th place has had his issues over the course of this weekend. It's in that 28 gigabox car, the green and black, which you'll see in your picture. Of course, Mark Beattie is also another driver in there, number 85. He's quite the experienced driver, and from 10th place he can do many things. He can possibly even go for that race win. But I think a lot of the drive we need to be looking for about 15th place and maybe even further back. So just keep your eyes on a lot of the drivers out there that are able to make those moves where other drivers will possibly struggle. And you can see the weaving's already started, so they need to get those tyres up to temperature, they need to get the brakes up to temperature. They haven't had that many opportunities to do that either, and their first kind of opportunity to do that will be down into red gate corner of turn 1, at which time they'll be at full racing speed. The green flag will wave, the safety car will come in, no dangers on the track whatsoever, and we will begin the final race of the Legends Legends car for their 30th anniversary season underway here at Donington Park. So the first finale we've had of the weekend, and it does look like we're going to be having, we're in for an absolute blinder here. So the lights are on, they pass our commentary position, the lights are about to go off now. We go racing here at Donington Park, they power their way up towards turn one, expect to lock up. Oh, we've had somebody go off onto the grass there. I think that might be Peter Barrable, who's had a disaster of a weekend apart from one podium. They head their way through off towards the right-hander, a couple of lockups there, and they'll find their way through, and already down towards Craners. This is where it's going to get a little bit leery.
Well, it is at the moment Scott Jackson, I think, from the outside of the front row, who leads the way down through the Craner curves. The great big swarming pack of buzzing Legends going on behind. They turn through the old hairpin of the old road, get safely through it. Yes, I think they are. Everybody's got through that. So now the leader will be heading through McLean's and hoping to make a break early on. 88 is the car that stopped at the side of the track. That's Peter Barrable, as Adam said, was in trouble, and so unhappy with that after that third place in the first of today's heats, having to retire on the first lap of the final after the trip from Ireland, where the Barrable brothers are based. So the leader really making good his escape at the moment. Is this going to be sustainable? Or will he be, as seems to be always the case on the Donington Park National Circuit, you don't break the toe very easily. So it's in the lead, number 122 actually, number 122, Chris Dewey from the second row, who leads the way. From in second place, number 94, Steve Whiteleg. Behind him is in third place, number 32, Daniel Pooley. And behind Pooley we've got in fourth place, number 62, and that's Eric Bolton of the quick drivers, or seriously quick drivers. Robert Barrable in 10th place in number 18, and yeah, he's the one to watch, looking at his brother who's had to retire on the opening lap.
So it looks like it is going to be the fluoro yellow car of Chris Dewey in the 1-1-2-2, a couple of spins there, a puff of smoke there, as well as a car on the grass, unfortunately. So a lot of carnage happening all around the circuit, but it is going to be Chris Dewey who came over the timing line first, and then there was a moment for Eric Bouton out of the last corner. That's the 600 car, so I think that's kind of a test livery that's been going on the car.
Now down into the chicane for the second time. We've got a change of lead. It's no longer number 122 that leads the way, the yellow car, Chris Dewey. We have in front now number 94, Steve Whiteleg. He's taken the lead over from Dewey, and in third place, up to third has come number 85, Mark Beattie. In fourth place is 34, Nick Price. So still it's the back end of the front of the grid, the back end of the times or point scorers that are holding sway at the moment. Robert Barrable up into 8th place now, number 18, closely followed by number 1 Will Gibson with a potential winner.
So as it looks like well, it's evident now, the safety car will be deployed. It's currently sitting at the end of the pit lane, and I believe that's for the carnage that's happened up towards Schwantz Curve. Don't see anything at this moment in time through there. If I just try and have a look around in terms of the security cameras we have here at Donington Park.
Well, they've got the message to slow down, but they haven't yet reached, of course, the point where the safety car is waiting at the end of the pit lane.
Yeah, because it got, of course, it was enabled when before they got through, so it's now just waiting at the end of the pit lane. I'm sure it'll be sent out. Victim has been found. That looks like the 32 from what I can see from our fuzzy cameras.
Daniel Pooley for the second race in succession.
I was going to say that Pooley has gone off at what seems to be Craners once again. So I don't know if he was pushed onto the grass or if he's just decided to pull off of the problem. But yeah, that does seem to be Daniel Pooley out of the race. And also, that's going to be Jack Parker in the number 4.
Yes.
He's also pulled off at an unknown location. Does that seem to be the inside? Yeah, it is the inside of McLean, which I was about to reiterate. He's not quite in our view, out of our commentary box. Yes, we can see up towards Schwantz and McLean's, but we just cannot see the exit. I think he just dug right by the Armco. And if I go and as I was saying, if I just go and try and find a camera to plop it on. Yeah, we can see him right over there, just next to the tyre barrier. In fact, the crossing point camera will be the, or maybe not, it might not be the better camera. So it seems to be, it will be on the way down into McLean's in that one.
Just going through late, number 17, Ben Marnie in the one non-Ford coupe, the Ford sedan, is a saloon car rather than a little GT or coupe car. Well, I hope we're not going to have, having given them the extra 2 laps as catered for in the regulations of 10 for the final, they're not going to get 10 racing laps because of the laps they're going to have to undertake behind the safety car. There it is, it's sitting on the side of the track, perhaps too close for comfort, which is because it's going to take, I would say, a few minutes to move it from there.
It will do indeed, because there's not many options at that moment in time, apart from the marshals to be sent out when safe. But it looks like we're going to be getting the safety car going, so they've decided to leave that car on the inside, so it shouldn't be too far in the firing line. And we've had an incident under safety car. Boys, what on earth is that? But yeah, the 3 was involved, the 29's involved, but already Chris Dewey is going for the lead here around the outside of Simon Whiteleg.
Yeah, and he's not quite made it though. He was making a look round the outside of Redgate. And the camera catching up with number 1, Will Gibson, who is the reigning champion. In 9th place he is at the moment, behind Robert Barrable. And in Connor Mills, number 19, one to watch as well after his successes of yesterday. Didn't have such a good time for the 2 races this morning. And Connor Mills in 6th place, number 19. There's going to be quite a lot of shuffling. And the lead held then by Steve Whiteleg from 122, Chris Dewey in the bright yellow car, which certainly is distinctive, and is at the moment putting the pressure on the race leader as they come down past the exhibition centre and get the slippery surface flag ready to tell them, to warn them that it might be a bit tricky as they come out of the corner. We don't want any of them spinning off, but there's a great pack of them, about 20 cars come through all together, some 2 by 2, some 3, I think, making it 3 by 3. So it's Whiteleg, Dewey, up to 3rd has come number 19, Connor Mills, 4th is Robert Barrable, in 5th place is 68 Nick Bridgman. Behind Nick Bridgman we've got in 6th place number 85 Mark Beattie, but the race, the real cutthroat fast racing at the front will be in a few minutes time, but taking the lead, that was a dive down the inside, number 19 taking the lead at the old hairpin, Connor Mills, but is he going to be able to make a break? Second at the moment, number 18, so Robert Barrable there in 2nd place.
And also forcing onto the grass, I think that was Jamie Moylan getting involved once again. He tries to go around the outside of the 1-2-2 there of Chris Dewey. So it does look like they were getting pretty tantalizingly close there. But Connor Mills looking to go for the looking to get swamped there, and now in towards the Robert Chicane, who's going to emerge out in front there, 2x2, head their way through. It's going to be the 18 of I believe Robert Barrable leading that one, and almost again 3 wide. Can they make it 4 wide? They'll be bump drafting their way all the way down that main straight. I think there will be an opportunity to go even 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide if we can manage to get all cars fitting in that same vicinity. But it does look like they're getting super close for comfort, but staying right at each other's wheel arches. They don't want to be rubbing one another's.
So Barrable leads from Whiteleg, Bridgman, then Mills, Beattie, Knight, 7th is Reed, 8th is Moylan, 9th is Gibson, 10th is Dewey. Dewey's now dropped well down the order from where he was to begin with, benefiting. Now who's that has gone off?
Ollie Schlupp and Andy Bird have both gone off. They got in a bit of a tangle over 11th place there, looking to try and break into the top 10. But unfortunately there for both Bird and Schlupp, they have unfortunately dropped back there. There's the number 1 of... the number 1 of Will Gibson. So Gibson has made up a whole ton of places, a whole host of places. In fact, and he's challenging Jamie Moylan in the 44, and the 85 is going to be involved in that battle of Mark Beattie, and a car off, and that's going to be the number 3, unfortunately, Paul Musell. So Paul was in our commentary box a couple of days ago. He now finds himself down on the grid, and unfortunately in a gravel trap.
Leaders out of the chicane to complete their 7th lap of 10. And the order this time over the line is Steve Whiteleg leading from Robert Barrable, who's keen to make it 2 wins in the day, having won the first of today's heats. Nick Bridgman, number 68, is 3rd. 4th is Connor Mills, number 19. In 5th place is 44. Jamie Moylan coming back up into the picture. He's gained 3 places on that lap. In 6th place is number 1, Will Gibson. Then in 7th place, number 6, Tyler Reed. In 8th place, number 85, Mark Beattie. 9th is number 1, number 13, Chris Needham. And in 10th place, number 22, is Matt Knight.
Once again getting pretty close there. The 94 of Steve Whiteleg getting hassled by Robert Barrable, the Irishman, looking to try and take yet another victory here. But he's going to have to keep working for it here on lap 8 of 12. They continue to work their way through Copper's corner, getting that right-hand steering and getting the grip through the corners. But again, side-by-side, Barrable will defend here from Whiteleg. And this is the beauty of the beauty of the reverse grid races. You get the likes of Whiteleg, the likes of Bridgman, who we rarely saw in those heats up at the top end of the standings, the sharp end of the standings. Now they find themselves battling in the first race here, but Barrable is looking to have broken here with the 68 now looking to drive up the inside. Bridgman actually in fact in that one.
And fastest lap of the race set last time around by the driver who started on pole position but has since dropped down the top 10. In 8th place he is at the moment, number 13, Chris Needham. So Chris Needham with the fastest lap at 1:20.379. And Robert Barrable then leads from Nick Bridgman 2nd. Steve Whiteleg is 3rd. And Jamie Moylan coming further and further into the picture. Then up into 4th place now, number 44. Connor Mills behind him now, number 19 down to 5th place. In 6th place, number 1 is Will Gibson. And in 7th place, number 13, Chris Needham still on the rise. Behind him, following him actually, number 25, following him through, Luke Simmons. Behind Luke Simmons, we've got in 10th place, number 85, Mark Beattie.
Some superb racing out there, and of course Barrable coming from 24th on the grid, so the more experienced drivers really flourishing here. They're able to just gain through the field. You've got Moylan in there in 4th, you've got Mills there in 5th as well, and in fact I think Moylan and Mills have both made up a place here. You've got Barrable, and then you've got Bridgman, I think, over the timing line ahead. We'll update it. In fact, it is Bridgman, followed by Moylan, followed by Mill, followed by Whiteleg. So Whiteleg has had to concede 2 places to the more experienced driver. A bit of a moment there for Robert Barrable. Is there any damage to that car? Has he broken anything? Hopefully not. There's a wide moment by another car there, so they've had to really try and get out of the way, avoid any sort of contact. But it looks like Barrable just had a massive snap there in towards Red Lodge corner. Of course, Jamie Moylan will also be looking to try and pounce on the battle as well. The two Irishmen once again going into battle, but unfortunately Peter Barrable will not be able to watch this one. He be involved in this one. He'll have to watch from the sidelines and cheer from the sidelines as well. So unfortunately for him, he would love to be out there, but unfortunately every time it's on the opening straight for him. But through Coppers they go, and the battle just starts to fire up once again.
Robert Barrable then, despite that twitchy moment, holds on to the lead, but over the line only just ahead of Nick Bridgman, so it's 18 from 68 across the line, with Jamie Moylan coming ever more into the picture, now in third place, number 44, ahead of number 19 in fourth place. Connor Mills, a winner of 2 races yesterday. Steve Whiteleg in fifth place. And then in sixth place is Will Gibson. The cars, though, it's Robert Barrable now. That Moylan is up into second place. So we're now in the same situation as we were for the first 2 places in the first race earlier on this morning. So Robert Barrable from Jamie Moylan second. Nick Bridgman, number 68, is third. In fourth place, number 19, Connor Mills. In fifth place, number 1, Will Gibson. In sixth place is number 6, that is Tyler Reid. Behind Tyler Reid in 7th place, Steve Whiteleg, number 94. In 8th place, number 25, Luke Simmons. In 9th place, number 13, Chris Needham's dropping back down the order again. And in 10th place is number 85, Mark Beattie. So the drivers now on their 11th lap, one more lap after this one. And Robert Barrable looking good, if anything can be said to be good, for his second win of the day with his mate behind him, Jamie Moylan. An Irish 1-2 looks to be in prospect, something getting very smoky there. That's number 19 pulling off. 19, I think that's an engine failure, big time. Connor Mills is pulling off in a great big cloud of smoke from the engine compartment. And meanwhile, the first 2 come out of the chicane and go through to start the 10th and final lap, the 10th and final lap. So 11 laps completed, 1 lap to go. It's 12 laps, not 10 laps, 12 laps. And this is the 12th lap that they are now on. Robert Barrable leading over the line, Jamie Moylan by 0.187 of a second, with Nick Bridgman third. Up to fourth place came number 6, Tyler Reid. Behind Tyler Reid in fifth place, number 1, Will Gibson. Behind Will Gibson in 6th place, back up a couple of 3 places actually. Chris Needham comes up to 6th place, number 13. In 7th place, number 94, Steve Whiteleg. In 8th place, 25, Luke Simmons. In 9th place, number 85, Mark Beattie. And in 10th place, number 22, Matt Knight.
Some really good stuff out there. That is Paul Musel, unfortunately moving aside there after being lapped by the rest of the field. But it's Barrable now versus Moylan all the way down. We had Moylan join us, especially in the heat 1 and 2. So he's looking to go for a 3-for-3 today. But he's now going to try and go for the race lead, which he's managed to do. And he's managed to make that move nice and cleanly. Will Barrable be able to get a run in the last corner? He won't be able to get it here, or will he? They're going to go side by side over the timing line, and it's going to be Jamie Moylan to just about hold on. And that was a super end to the Legends final race. That is Legends racing at its finest, especially on that last lap. Moylan set it up. Barrable had an awesome run there to go side by side, draws himself alongside, and what's an amazing finish in that one.
The gap at the flag just 0.037 of a second, with Jamie Moylan, who relieved Robert Barrable of the lead coming into the chicane. Robert Barrable fought back, didn't think he was going to be able to make it, but he almost got level, almost got ahead of his fellow countrymen as they came up to the checkered flag. But it was in the end Jamie Moylan who won by 37 thousandths of a second from 18 Robert Barrable. And in third place, number 68 Nick Bridgman, who I don't think has had any other podiums this weekend. So good result for him. And in fourth place, Chris Needham, backwards and forwards up and down the top 10 like a yo-yo, but in the end finishes it just off the podium. Number 13, Chris Needham in fourth place. In fifth place, number 6, Tyler Reid. In fifth place, that is number 6. In sixth place, number 94, Steve Whiteleg. In seventh place, number 25, Luke Simmons. In eighth place, number 1, Will Gibson. In ninth place, number 85, Mark Beattie. And in 10th place, number 22, Matt Knight. The rest of the finishers in 11th place, number 9, Ollie Schlupp. In 12th place, number 30, Andy Bird. In 13th place, number 321, Dylan Woodcock. In 14th place, number 28, Harry Mussell. In 15th place, number 8, Graham Butler. In 16th place, number 34, Nick Price. In 17th place, number 2, James Newbury. In 18th place, number 29, Nathan Anthony. In 19th place, number 3, Paul Mussell. And in 20th place, number 17, Ben Marnie. And the others didn't finish either. They retired to the pits or they had incidents out on the circuit. So out of the 27 starters, we had 20 finishers. And it should be possible for Adam to have a word, I think he's about to, with the winner.
Down in pit lane, awesome stuff. Big reactions there from the team. And of course, Jamie Moylan and Robert Barrable, 1 and 2 there. And managed to get the picture of them coming over the line, 1 and 2. Huge congratulations. But I'll let them do their helmets, do their balaclavas first of all. But you can see the emotion is pretty raw down here. Never filtered. And Jamie Moylan getting a big old hug, but there is Robert Barrable. So I'm not entirely sure what the timing said, because the last time I looked,
the gap was
it looked like it was Jamie from the timing screens.
Yep. The gap between the top two, Jamie Moylan and Robert Barrable, 0.037 of a second was the gap at the flag in favour of Jamie Moylan.
Jamie, you used to being here.
Yeah, back again, happy with that. My God, I can't describe that race. Fucking, we started 26 in the back of the grid, 10 laps, managed to get the first with tipped over line by Rob. My God, I can't even describe that. Absolutely static.
And of course, where were you kind of feeling that chance to win was? Because it kind of came to light in the later stages.
Yeah, I worked my way through the field with Will Gibson, and then I kind of broke away from him, so I slowly started picking my way. Rob was already in the lead, so I got on the back of him. We worked each other away, and I took him on the last chicane, and yeah, what a race.
And would you say the kind of the more experienced drivers were able to kind of break through, or was it more of a team game?
It was a team game at the end, most definitely. Going your way through is flipping a coin, to be honest. It's pure luck at the end, but you still have to place the car in the right places at the same time. But yeah, same again. Like, Rob drove a great race, and I'm just happy to get another 1-2 for the team.
And of course, is the focus now on the championship, would you say, or is it on the next race?
I'm not doing the full championship, but I'm doing the team car championship, which we're in a good lead at the moment, good healthy points lead. So I'm sure I help Rob this weekend get back up in the standards a bit. So yeah, happy.
Brilliant stuff there, Jamie. We'll see you later. I'm sure we'll see him at another round here. Robert, just checking out his car is okay. It's a little bit broken. Not too broken, is it?
No, it's only just the duct we have in the front. It's only on cable ties, so it's not too bad, to be fair.
And a stomping race for you. You absolutely, really took it by the horns out there, would you say?
Yeah, today's been very good to all the POB cars. I'm not too sure what happened to my brother. He had a missed DNF before we even got going, but today just worked out well. We've changed it quite a lot with the car. We're constantly changing and chasing the car, and today with the cooler temperatures just seems to have came to us an awful lot better than we anticipated. But just when you start 24th and you've all the quickest guys within a couple of rows ahead of you, you've no other option but to just get on with it, or else you may stay home.
And of course, is your mindset more towards the next race or more towards the championship? Where is it at the moment?
Yeah, well, my mindset in that race was to beat Jamie, but unfortunately he came out better than me, so I have to credit to him. But yeah, listen, we'll reset now over the next week or 2 weeks, and then kind of get ready for Knockhill and see that that track was good to us last year, and we kind of like that change. It's kind of quite similar to the tracks we have at home. So yeah, we'll sit down and resettle and get the brains in gear and go again for the next one.
Brilliant. Good luck there for Knockhill. I do think we have Nick Bridgman who is our third place driver, just having a conversation. Nick? Nick, brilliant result there. I believe your first podium of the season as well.
In the season, yeah, the car was awesome then, so it's really starting to gel and we had good pace in.
You say you're starting to gel. Just expand on that, because of course you kind of being in that middle of the pack, you kind of had a few difficulties, but now it's kind of your time to shine.
Yeah, it's just feeling comfortable with the car, so obviously you get in the car every time and it's exactly the same, time and time again. Obviously your confidence boost, you know where to put the car, what it's going to do, how it's going to stop, how it's going to perform, and it's, I think we've got it nailed at the moment.
How much drive does this give you to try and make improvements here? Because of course you've got that podium under your belt, and that surely just allows you the drive to just push on and see if you can make something happen. Maybe another one of these, or you might end up in Jamie's position.
Yeah, it's all about finishing better, and obviously further up the field. The further up your field you finish, the more people will push you, help you get along. So it's quite important, and it's a good morale boost.
Absolutely brilliant. Go and enjoy that third place. You absolutely deserve that, and thank you so much for talking with us. But yeah, we'll now have our Legends race. They'll be heading off to Knockhill in Scotland. They now head, and of course, a brilliant championship that I think a lot of people should be following there. You can see our brilliant small Ford coupes. But the next race we'll have here at Snitterton will be the Donington Myera will be the last one. It will be the Enduro car 5 hours, so an endurance race for you to enjoy. So maybe I'm sure a lot of people try and maybe hopefully tune into that after Spa. And that will be on the MSVR in the MSVR YouTube channel. So go over there and enjoy some 5-hour endurance in little Ford KAs. Enjoy. Stay tuned.
Right, well, to the circuit commentary then. We've got the Enduro car race about to start at 14:35, so any minute now. I better quickly give you the grid. There's a few alterations to the entry as shown in the Digi program. Perhaps I'll just do those first. In that we've got 3 extras. Number 64, the entrant is Auto